Hello there, Bick Benedict here. We're playing God of War 2018 on Give Me God of War difficulty, and this is my guide and walkthrough. We're now on part 9. So we have got the lightning arrows, and we're going to be picking up a new light runic attack for ourselves over here. And for saving Sindri, he rewarded us with the frozen flame, which I used at the store to upgrade my Leviathan axe to level 4. So if you're wondering what my statistics are for strength right now, I believe I'm up to 95. And also there was an encounter over here with a nightmare infused reaver. However, I didn't lose the footage, but I didn't really have to do much to kill him, and I ended the session early, and I couldn't salvage any of the footage. But there is an encounter over here. It's just one enemy, though, and we'll see more of that enemy upstairs. But with my statistics, I have, like I said, the strength up to 95, and the way that I have it up to 95 right now is because I have equipped the Talisman of Rebirth. No, I'm just kidding. No, the Talisman, the Stun Talisman. See the icon for it there? I don't know its name. I think it's the Talisman of Resolute Fury is what it is. And that knocks the damage, the strength parameter up. So I'm just thinking about it because in a fight, the pittance of health that you get back for the Talisman of Vitality, it's never going to save you, really. I mean, like I said, a pittance is all you get. So the health stumps, even though you get a reduced amount on this difficulty, those are what you can use to help you. You don't need a pittance of health with the Vitality Talisman. Plus, what you can do is just in between fights, you can just heal yourself with that Talisman, and also give yourself some rage back with the Talisman of Resolute Fury. And so what I always try to do is I always try to get the strength up and the runic, but I don't. I haven't found any yet that will give me increased statistics in both. So I'm on the lookout for that, and I'm sure I'll find it eventually. But usually it's one or the other, and I just don't like to make sacrifices. Strength and runic are, in my opinion, the most important statistics that you have. Now over here, we've got a couple of the reavers that you can't use the axe on normally, but since these guys are stunned, it's letting me do it. We've also got a heavy over here who reminds me of the Stone Talos enemies. Not really the way he looks, although he kind of has that particular stature that reminds me of the Stone Talos enemies. I love that enemy in God of War 3. But I think just his moveset, even though it's a little slower, and his weapon, the weapon itself, it just kind of reminds me of the weapons that they used in that game. And you'll notice, though, that when you get to this point, the nightmares will infuse themselves in the reavers. So exercising them from the reavers can be an art form, and you're normally able to do that with electrifying them, damaging them. They'll eventually get out, and it doesn't matter if they get out or not, because if you kill the reavers with them in there, so much the better. So now we are going to I'm going to use the Shatter Crystal to come back over here, and we're going to open one of the lore doors for ourselves over here. And you always want to be getting these for XP. Shouldn't give us too much. What does it give? Doesn't it just give you 100 or something like that? Anyway, There's a seal right up there. The next 2 seals that we need to get the item in the Nornir chest will be coming up. So to send this bridge down, you'll have to use a couple of the crystals over here, and then once we cross the bridge, you're gonna have more of the same these reavers that throw the icicles, and then the heavy reaver in the background. So what I'm gonna try to do is force their hand, make them come down the bridge, and then I'm gonna use the L1 plus triangle to do that straight line AoE, see if we can get some decent damage going, and see if we can get these enemies hit in a nice little grouping over here. You could also use the summon and electrify the summon. So I'm using electrified birds over here to deal stun damage and pacify these enemies. There goes the Reaver. It came out. If I could jump up there, it would be nice if I can grab it, but can't. So can't jump in this game. Did you know that? For some reason, they just don't let a thing die like that, and I'm not gonna let it die either because I want to fucking jump, man. There we go. A nice little beheading for ourselves there. And now what we're gonna do is destroy the last remaining seals, and then seal the deal on our upgrade and see what we're going to be getting for ourselves. 2 of 3 down. Okay, to get the last one, you're going to interact with this wheel, turn it, freeze the gears to the right, and then I've got a surprise for you up here. It certainly surprised me the first time I saw it. If you hang a left over here and see this chest right behind us. No, yeah, right over here. Looky what pops out of this. What in the fucking shit is that all about? Can anyone tell me? Is that supposed to be sort of like an ode to the mimics of yore? Like, is that supposed to be what a mimic is now? Because we saw the loot lizard. I mean, I mentioned that he was there, you know. But what is that all about? You know, I think it's sort of like a mimic sort of situation, but it's just some guy popping out of it. I like that. I'd like to see more of that, of them popping out like that. But anyway, we're going to get this, and what do we have here? We have 1 of 3 apples now, so we're going to use that and mayhap make some applesauce. Would you guys like some applesauce? You want some fucking applesauce? Huh? Huh, Papa John? Oh, you only eat pizza, huh, you son of a bitch. And you only eat your dog shit pizza. All jokes aside, though, we don't have much left for this video. In fact, I think I'm going to end the part right after we sever the head of Mimir and go resurrect... reanimate the head and see if we can get that dude talking. I don't want to hear from him, honestly, because he's quite annoying. But he's no more annoying than anything else in this game as far as characters telling you certain things like, watch your back, you know, you're on fire. Father, you're on fire. It will pass, son. It will pass. Up here, though, we've got a very troublesome part if you stop to think about it. But most of these enemies can just be pushed off of the mountain over here. So I think I only managed to push a couple of these guys off. And afterwards, I think I also take a hit at some point. These guys have some really fast attacks when you let them. There's also a guy with a shield, and even though this is a Dark Souls influenced game, there isn't anything that you can do to a shield guy that you would do in Dark Souls. For instance, like that nice little kick that you can do to off balance them and to move the shield out of your way so that you can attack them. You're basically your best bet is to just go through them with runic attacks or parry them. But another good thing to do is actually just push people off, freeze them. And it's kind of funny because they're already frozen, but it still works. And let's see what we have to contend with next. Three more. Do you hear this? This PS4 Pro down here. It struggles to keep up with the demands of this game apparently, because it is extremely loud and there's nothing physical in there as far as a disc. I don't buy disc-based games anymore because I don't care. I know I ended the last video with one of those I don't care statements, and those are always not, those are negative, and I don't like to say I just don't care, but some things you have to think about whether you do care or not about it. I really don't buy many games, so the things that I'm looking to buy, I'm very specific, and I wait a long time to see what I actually want, and I do come across buyer's remorse quite a bit, but who doesn't from time to time get some buyer's remorse going, inside one's head. But I am going to do Fafnir's storeroom. It's a side quest, and I'm not going to be including it in the guide, unfortunately, so I am sorry if you were looking for that. I feel kind of bad, but the game has so much content that I just want to get straight to the point. And if you would like to do the side quests, you always have the ability to do so at your own liking and discretion, and so choosing. So anyway, we now have a head on our belt, but he's not talking yet. Maybe we'll get him to talk pretty soon, but this has been the short part 9, and I will see you in part 10, which will definitely be longer. We're going to be reanimating Mimir's head and continuing on with our journey, and I will let you know at the beginning of the next part how Fafnir's storeroom went, how difficult it was, and what I managed to pick up in there. Okay? For Big Benedict Productions, I ask you to please continue to take care if you wouldn't mind doing so, and I will see you as the guide continues in the next part. Please take care. All you have to do here is just head to Brock's shop. Alright? See you guys. And gals. Take care.